I didn't even share it out. We're just here roughing it early in the morning. It's well, it's early. It's early in the morning for me. I got my headphone halfway on because I'm listening and waiting for my kids to wake up because I got a funny feeling it's gonna happen. It's one of the most like worst times. I mean, I'm grateful they're gonna wake up, of course, but it just I already know it's gonna like you're gonna have a kid coming here and talking about how hungry they are. Where's mommy? Where's sissy? Like these are questions that are going like there's a solid chance they're gonna happen, or it may just be a combo, like a combo attack of all like, I'm hungry. Where's mommy? Sissy? Like that, that. So yeah. But folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us this early. I didn't share anything out, so if you guys can please share this out, let folks know we're live. I'm definitely roughing it, and it's my fault. I even got the bacon neck collar going. Like, it just it's a morning, and it feels like a morning, and it's a good morning. But yes, folks, Nisa, what up? Good morning. But yes, welcome folks to another episode of the Backlog Barbarians, a show centered around what games we are playing and what games we need to finish. Because most gamers these days have a massive backlog of games. Now, I know normally we jump straight into introductions, and there's a couple other things we do, but I'm gonna go off script a little bit. Um, we don't normally do news. We don't normally do. It's just gaming. Like it's just literally gaming. But with what's going on in the world today, especially in the U.S., gaming is getting a little more difficult to be a part of. We're experiencing the first generation of consoles where the price has gone up at the end of the cycle versus lower. We've seen two price hikes for games within the same generation. So the point of me bringing any and all of this up is that backlog is more important than it ever has been. This is, as people, we got to pivot. We One way to get people to slow down and make these adjustments with price and whatnot. I mean, heck, Five Guys just came out with a $13 meal deal that comes with a drink and fries. So if the universe can convince Five Guys to become cheaper, us as gamers tapping in fully and really and truly tapping into our backlog can definitely lead to the market adjusting. Because if nobody's buying, they're gonna pivot. It just is what it is. So, in saying that, I think this is the time for the backlog barbarians to shine. We are always recruiting. There is always room. There is always a game that you need to go back and play. And I think now more than ever, you're gonna see a lot more of that. I think the idea of retro and finishing your backlog is going to be something that's going to be on the forefront of a lot of gamers in the next upcoming years. But yes, so that was my spiel. And Towerborn is completely underrated. We'll talk. I can definitely talk about that in a bit. But yes. So introductions, who we are and what we do. Let's start with the gentleman who just loaded up, rocking the Dodger hat. Even though if you know your baseball history, the Dodgers started off over in.
That's right, Brooklyn.
Like,
That's right. Y'all got our throwaway team. Don't forget, y'all also got the Giants,
yeah,
another one of our throwaway
yeah, that,
teams.
yeah,
I was definitely about to get that answer
Yeah.
wrong.
yeah.
Stop swagger jacking, California.
Yeah.
Stop swagger jacking.
Baseball fans, if you know your history, you know.
But nah, it's all love. This geek life, Mike, game extraordinaire, legendary shit talker, Queens kid from New York, G Style Mad gaming editor, and retro game lover. Just to kind of piggyback off what Baron said, you're gonna need us more than ever.
Yeah.
All right. So, what up, everybody? Much love. Yo, let's get it, Jules. What's happening?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? Julian here, aka King Julian, aka I don't really go by True Nerd. We just keep with with King Julian. Um, yeah, I'm excited to get into what we've been playing. I definitely want to talk a little bit about that price increase, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm glad to be here.
You know what? We'll talk on that because it's a real part of the world we live in and the games we play. Let me do a quick thank you to all of our Patreon and YouTube members because you help keep the lights on here at Level One Gaming. And if you want to support us to where we can, well, at least for Baron because Baron's horrible at it, and I got proof of it. Can go and pick up some more games to add to this ever-growing backlog. Please consider supporting us. We do have exclusive content. Like we have an exclusive conversation we had with the unboxing king himself, Lamar Wilson. He hung out with us after the show, and we had the gorilla versus 100 man talk, and who would be on our team. And it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely up on YouTube for all paid YouTube members. It'll be on Patreon too. I can't believe I forgot to upload it there. I apologize. But yes, let me do a quick shout out. I want to thank Nisa Hauer, Legendary Yobi, Drake Williams, Lord Metroid, Strolley, so sorry, Master Sith, Arcade, Natalie F, Geek Life Mike, Slow Mo Backslap, Xbox Expansion Pass, Blaine, Taozochi, Don Otaku, Johnny Man, and Miss L. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much. And please do me a big favor and go out and share this out. Let folks know we are here. But back to it. Let's have this talk because this is too. We once again we've done 11 episodes bi-weekly bi-weekly where we just talk games. Not just about games, but games we are playing. But games we are looking forward to play are going to be looking a lot more expensive. And Julian, go ahead and just give your thoughts on this because it's too big not to talk about. Like, like this.
So, yeah. So with this, so me and Baron have had this conversation around the price of games increasing, but I don't think we ever really talked about the tech that plays the games increasing.
Keep going.
And
kids cry.
Yeah. But I would say, in my opinion, this is probably like an unprecedented increase in multiple ways. One, we've never really seen a console manufacturer raise prices, one, in the US like this, two, this far into the life cycle, and three, by this amount. So I think and one thing I didn't like, so if you go to the Xbox kind of support area where they talk about these increases, I kind of hate the wording around we still look to provide you with other ways to access the game. They know it's BS. Or they know it's gonna they're gonna try to push people to cloud, and I use cloud, but the reality is the infrastructure in US doesn't make things easy for everyone. And even playing cloud in my house, like trying to play, I mean, we'll talk about that later, but like Expedition 33, like there's timing, there's all these things. So if I want a console, I should be able to get a console. They didn't mention tariffs. They mentioned the rising costs of game development as the reason for the increase. But yeah, I mean those are my initial thoughts. I don't.
Yeah. Is that what they said?
Yeah. Look. Mike, you got any thoughts on this, man?
Yeah. Do y'all really want to hear this? Because I'm gonna piss a few people off.
Go for it.
All right. Here's my thoughts on this. What Xbox did was just accelerated. Um, you know, in part because of the tariffs, but I think mostly because they still trying to make their $70 billion back. You know what I'm saying? It's probably, what was it, the largest game acquisition in history? You know, so they're still trying to make their $70 billion back. Let's not forget that. Let's not ignore that. You know, so that plays a role in it. They just did it faster, you know. Um, Even though we all love our games, and we all love them to be graphically incredible, and those things cost money. Dev teams are getting bigger. Yes, the indie game and the smaller developer games are kind of coming to the forefront, but we're not there yet. The big AAA releases, as much as everybody says we don't need them anymore, they still matter. you know Game companies are still going to take on those costs. You still have to do a lot in R&D nowadays, and you got to spend a lot of money in R&D today. Live service games still matter. The scope of gaming is so broad now, and companies have to spend a lot more money now to invest. So in turn, if you're going to make that investment, you're going to pay for it. And the thing about it is, what I do want to say to my beloved Xbox community, because you guys, and I do love y'all. Y'all killed Nintendo and Sony gamers, you know, with the trope of how pro consumer Microsoft and Xbox are. And the reason why I hate console warring is because this price increase just lets you know that you're not as important as you think you are. Money
Business,
is still
business,
king.
business.
Money is still king. So just play games. Now everybody's saying, what the fuck? What the fuck? You didn't see this coming? You know, the tariffs just accelerated it. We gotta do it now. That's
Yeah.
really it. But it was coming. Either it was coming through consoles, or it was coming through Game Pass. Don't get it twisted. Before too long, Game Pass is gonna be $30 a month.
Easy.
It's gonna be $30 a month.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
is
like I
it
said,
worth it?
I agree with
Yes.
you.
Hey mom,
Yeah.
I'm live.
Is it
Everything
worth it?
okay?
Yes. But it's still gonna be $30 a month.
No, not that we checked.
Because I knew an increase was
Play.
coming. I didn't think a console price increase would come during this. I thought it would be like, okay, this next generation, or who knows, their last generation, which might be the next generation of consoles. I did. This is just kind of, it threw me off with a $80 and $100 increase this late in the generation. Like, and like I said, I've talked to Baron about this. I understand. I'm more. I don't necessarily like it, but I understand when the game prices increase, or we're seeing kind of like that variable pricing right now. I don't necessarily mind. Well, I just said I don't like it. I don't like it. I understand it. But the console thing kind of threw me off, and not even just the consoles, the accessories too, the headsets, the controllers,
The
everything's going up.
accessories threw me off. The console, I understand why Microsoft did that. Not to cut you off, Jules. I
No,
apologize.
no, that was it. That was it. Yeah.
Um, the console thing doesn't surprise me because I think Xbox's entire strategy, from the get go, was we're not really relying on that. They don't really sell them. They're not stocking stuffers. People aren't running to the store to buy, and that's no shade. So they're saying, okay, fuck it, we'll raise the console price. We're not really trying to sell them anyway. you
Microsoft,
know,
as you
you
pointed
know,
out in the past, Microsoft does not really try to sell their first party tech. They sell their
my
software.
Yeah, they're not a hardware company. They're a
Yes.
services company. Do you remember a year and some change ago when I said Microsoft is going to Office 365, the
Xbox.
Xbox?
Oh, remember
Remember I
that,
said that?
and remember they did for a bit. You were able to buy basically like a monthly plan that had Game Pass, the console. Yes, baby. That was the
Well, just
first. That was the
yeah,
first of
see.
three. I'm hungry. Okay. I know, baby.
so
Just give me a second, okay? We're
so
not. It's not gonna be long,
I
okay?
think what they're doing just kind of falls in line in it. They don't give a shit about the console. That like a price increase kind of a kick in the nuts more to Nintendo and Sony fans than Xbox fans. And as a PlayStation guy, I don't think the Xbox fan, they should be outraged by it, because it's excessive. But again, I think the beauty in that ecosystem is that there are multiple ways for you to get involved. So the
Yes.
console isn't absolutely necessary. So that's why they just said, fuck it, raise the price of the console. We're not really banking on it anyway.
So
If you buy it, you buy it. You don't, you don't.
so let's end it there. because we talk about games, and
Yes.
now that we got that out, because that had to be discussed, um, is it because it's egregious, but gaming. Once again, folks, for those who are just jumping in, I gave a whole monologue, soliloquy. I mean, it's
It was important.
yeah,
It was important.
and I basically was saying how backlog gaming is going to be a huge thing with the price increasing in the world we live in now, and going forward, because this is one of those things where you really can't put the genie back in the lamp, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Like this floodgates are gonna open. Like it's happened. So, in saying that, and with the backlog, speaking of one of the greatest backlog killers ever, I got to talk about Oblivion. Who would have thought that I would be living out my early 2000s over again? Who would have thought that I'd be out here casting spells and fighting in the arena in Cyrodiil, in Unreal Engine 5? I I'm so whoo. So yes, I've been playing Oblivion. I've been playing Arc Raiders. I got into the beta, which closes today sometime.
Yeah, I
Um,
got dissed.
oh,
Yeah, I got dissed.
and then what else have I been playing? I've been playing. There's another game. Ooh. I'll jump over to Julian. There was Towerborn. I've been playing
Okay.
Towerborn. Yeah, I
I was
was
like, I don't.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, my bad. So Julian, go for it. What games you been
Okay.
playing?
So first off, I'll say I haven't beat anything, but what
That's
I've been
okay.
playing, yeah, what I've added to the list is now I'm blanking with you, South of Midnight, and then
Okay.
Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33. Those are I've been bouncing back and forth between those two at the moment, and yeah, I'm trying to like stay focused on those. So you mentioned Towerborn. I haven't played it since I worked at Xbox. So I played it. I played it when
Small
they were like
stunt.
still kind of like testing it.
He said no biggie. You know, back when I was at Microsoft, I haven't played it since I was in the office.
But I'll be interested to see what you think about it. But yeah, the Mike. Don't know why I said it like that.
Nah, it's cool. I get it. The guy go. People do that to me all the time to this day.
Mike.
As for me, right now, I have finished Blueprints.
Ooh.
I did finish it, and right now I am all in on Expedition 33, which I did finish yesterday.
Oh,
So here's the beauty with those two games, okay, which is why everybody should go play them. You don't really actually beat it when you finish it. The game actually starts when you kind of finish it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
It does a Monster Hunter. Like, oh, you rolled credits, now the game starts.
Now the game begins.
okay.
You know? Both of those games are like that. Blueprints especially. You know, because the early game objective is, I don't want to say easy, but it's not complicated. You can get it done in a couple of hours. The meat and potatoes of the game is after the fact. Same thing with Expedition 33. Now, when I beat the game, or at least roll credits because I haven't finished it, I was about 30 hours in.
Okay.
That's like nowhere in that game.
I was gonna say that's not bad for a deep RPG. 30 hours.
Yeah, I was about to. Yeah, I was gonna ask about how long it took. Yeah.
30 hours. You know, the story element of the game, you know, and I'm not giving anything away, is very linear, but it's very much an open, semi-open world game. There's a lot to uncover that require you to roll credits before you can uncover it, and then it becomes a whole different game once you get into New Game Plus. So I would say to the both of you guys, Baron especially, you gotta play Expedition 33. Put down whatever it is you're doing, okay, and get ready for Expedition 33.
Like,
And thirdly, I have been re-prepping for Division 2 and that
Ooh.
DLC.
They did just announce that not too long ago.
So I've been doing that as well. So I look forward to getting up with you guys on that one.
So with Blueprints, it's funny because Oblivion came in and completely bracket busted my whole March Madness. No, like it came when they announced that and it went live. Yes, baby. Oh no, you can't play it with my Bats Mario. No, that's mine. But no, so it completely came and threw off everything because I was in the middle of running Blueprints. I got four. I have four of the red envelopes. Like I've been working. You know, like
What's your thoughts on it though? You haven't said it. You haven't
oh,
told us that.
okay. Blueprints is an amazing game. I still right now have notes up right now. Like the blue swimsuit bird. I have the band, the white sand, the black cat red flag, the rogue moon, the gate code, the memos, the envelopes. Like I have notes up still on my screen right now for whenever I boot it up and play. And the one thing that it's not stupid. It's the most simplest thing that I absolutely love in that game is when you come across the puzzle room with the 3 boxes. I think that is one of the coolest. It's not simple, or I guess it's simple. It's not easy, but I think that's one of the coolest puzzles in the game because it's like, well, 2 truths and a lie, maybe. Like
Maybe.
yeah, like,
Sometimes it can be so deceptive.
yes,
Because it seems so obvious, and then
yes.
you're dead wrong, and you're like,
I can say with pride that I've only missed that room one time. I've only
I've
missed
missed
it
it a couple times.
But it's such a dope puzzle. Or even when I figured out the math puzzle on
The billiard room.
I was like, this is dope. And what I love about this game is this is gonna be a game to get my wife into first person games. Because that's how like I have to slowly build her up into it because she didn't grow up playing games or playing full on action games and whatnot. So I like to she loves puzzles. Like she plays puzzlers all the time. So this is a perfect like, hey, you can learn how to move around, look around, use the joystick. And then she's a weirdo. I have to put everything on invert for her because it makes more sense for her for things inverted. But you know what, okay, side note, for those who don't understand inverted, the best way to think of it is the thumbstick is your neck. So when you push your neck up, you're looking down. When you push your neck back, you're looking up. So when I had it broken down to me like that, I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." Like, but that's why she's more like logical and not video game minded. You want what? You want me to fix my hair? So
Yo, Jules, have you played Blueprints yet?
it's on the list. So this is what happened. My list
What
was. I was about to. It was Blueprints, South of Midnight, and then they announced Oblivion. Then what happened was everybody started to talk about Expedition.
Yeah.
And I don't have as much time, so I was like, okay, I got to pick. And then, so this kind of reminds me of Elden Ring, which I haven't finished. I probably won't finish it, but
that's
But
fair.
the first game or the DLC?
The first one, where
the original base game. Okay.
yeah, well, but it's more of like, so when people were talking about it was like people that like people text me like, hey, I'm not, because I tell people to play RPGs all the time, like turn-based stuff, and people text me like, hey, I don't like turn-based, I like this game. Ooh. And the fact that different people kept like reaching out, I was like, okay, this is the game I'm about to play. Everything else It'll be on hold.
Mhm.
I do need to, but my cousin has been talking real like
Real
between you all and
spicy,
my
man.
cousin about like blueprints. Like he loves it.
It's fun, dude. No, I'm only on day like 14 or no 17 or something like that. But
The days don't matter.
yeah, and I'm having so much like, bro. I had to go. Did you get the bomb shelter, Mike? Mike.
Yes,
Oh,
I played that game until pretty much full completion.
okay. So I want to ask questions, but that'll spoil the game.
Well, we it's kind of hard because you're gonna give it away.
Yeah, I
So
know. Okay.
talk to me off camera.
Okay, I got you. And because we don't like spoiling things here.
No, we do
Like
not.
that is not. We want folks to go out and play. And I just want to say much love, Sly Crow, Web Dave, I guess Fame, Nisa. I don't like Fame.
Much love to everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. She thinks the calculator's a game. Let her have fun. But I'm such a nerd. I do got a calculator sitting on my desk. But like I don't have a full computer. But um, blueprints. I need everybody to go out and play it. At least go and try it. It's
Trying to tell you.
and at least get to a point to where you make it to the not the Zamboni. What's his name? To the to the fortune teller. At least make it to the fortune teller at least once.
He's super important.
Yes. Like, please make it to the fortune teller at least one time. And then if you
He changes the whole way how you play the game.
yes. And if you don't vibe with it after making it to the fortune teller, then okay, it's not your cup of tea. But please go on. Blueprints is worth playing. It's definitely this year's I don't want to say Balatro. I don't think it's that big, but it's not getting the shine because there's so many other things going on right now. But I will say this is gonna be end of the year award winner type game. Like it, and if that shouldn't be the deciding factor for what games you play, but I'm just letting
Yeah.
you know it is that good. And you
Yeah.
find yourself mindlessly playing, and you all of a sudden are like 4 hours in and didn't even realize it. Like it's
Facts.
it's really fun. And then even though it has roguelike, a lot of roguelike elements, there are checkpoints that make your next run easier. Like it does
Mhm.
all the roguelike stuff right while being a puzzle game. But it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like a puzzle game. Like it does everything right. It truly does. And it looks
Yeah,
great.
it's beautiful. The one thing I will tell everybody who does decide to play blueprints, make sure you do whatever you can to get the extra steps.
Yes.
They are super duper important, and that's
Yes.
all I'll say.
Yes. Steps, and then keep a notepad. It actually recommends in game having
Okay.
something to take notes
Yeah,
with.
the game actually tells you to get a notepad.
Yes. Like I
Or you could do what I did. I created a folder on my phone and I just took pictures.
uh, that I got a screenshot folder. I have notes. I have like
Yo, it's that type of game, Jules.
it really
Okay.
it really is,
It's
man. But it's
it's
fun.
like it's such an old school game. Remember back in the days, you have to write stuff down.
Uh-huh. Got your folder for
Yo,
this game.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's that type of game.
You're
Okay.
No bullshit.
Daddy,
So
Daddy
it
knows.
sounds like award season is going to be crazy this year.
Yes.
Award season. I think this is probably going to be one of the most difficult game of the year awards to call.
Yes.
Because the games that we're getting are like they're mind-blowingly good, unique games.
Yes.
Even Expedition 33, although it is not that unique in the sense that it is turn-based mixed with action RPG combat, it's such a throwback game in so many ways. And you can see that they've drawn their inspiration from a lot of different places, and not just games, movies, TV. There's a lot of inspiration
Okay.
that's in that game, which is which is why it should be a game of the year contender. And the same thing with Split Fiction. Um, I haven't played it, but I've watched my friends play it. It looks crazy, and we're
Yeah.
only in May,
Yeah.
and and then depending on what Doom does,
Hmm.
I don't know if it's a game of the year type of game, but who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to play the shit. You know, I mean,
I'm
that's it.
yeah. I'm trying to see
I
if
just
this is
want to
going
play
to
shit.
be the Doom that kind of grabs me, because like they always look
But I
cool, but
struggle.
it's different than any, like the way that it feels and controls.
Mhm.
It's different than any other modern first person shooter that I've played.
It
Like
does,
it makes you get in there.
and it seems more grounded in terms of pacing. Because like for me, growing up, I wasn't big on old school Doom and Quake because it was just too fast.
Mhm.
Like I like the slower paced games. So this one looks slower in comparison to the last Doom. Looks more like gritty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's anything like Warhammer, I'm in.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Because I had never played a Warhammer game prior to Space Marine 2, and that game was incredible. So if it's somewhere in that vein, then I'm in. But I'm just like you, Jules. Like Doom has never really grabbed me. I've never been like even Doom Eternal. I played it
Yeah.
for about 2 hours, and I was like, it's not for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like it's cool watching other people play it, but then when I
Yes,
Yes.
tried
yeah,
to like it,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, that is
yeah, I tried to
yours.
get
yeah,
my hands on it. I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
yeah. I have a very weird relationship with Doom.
Okay, baby. Thank you. Yeah, my daughter educating me on her
No, no,
toys.
no. I saw love.
Um,
Yeah, I have a very, very estranged relationship with Doom.
same. I just it, that's one of those games, man. You know what's funny? Even Wolfenstein. I didn't like. I
Hmm.
like watching people play it, but
I
it's
had a good time with that one.
it's never. I've never
Yeah.
had that like drive. Like I gotta play it.
I gotta play it. Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
You know what
But
else?
you know what? Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say what other series, and I don't know if it's because I missed the initial window and it just didn't get caught up in the wave of it. Borderlands, like
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
huge on
I
Borderlands.
can't,
I,
I cannot get
I,
into it for the
I
life of me.
cannot get jiggy with that shit. I
Like,
try, I
yeah,
try, I try. I can't get jiggy with Borderlands. It just doesn't hit for me.
Good
It
job.
just doesn't.
yeah,
It's also
same.
how it's also how I feel about Outer Worlds.
Mm, it took. I
You
had to.
know,
I had to force myself to get through the first few hours. Not that it was bad. It just didn't. It didn't do what I wanted it to. And yeah, you can hold me. Come here.
I didn't finish that, but I made it a good way. I was enjoying Outer Worlds.
I
Not Outer Wilds. I never got into, but
I wanted to play Outer Wilds. That's another one that's on the backlog. And it's one of those games where you can't look up anything because it'll spoil it. And that who told me about that? Was it Rings? But yeah. Oh, Nisa said Wonder Stop. I heard Wonder Stop. I've only heard good things about that one. That's one of those indie titles that's gonna win some
yeah,
awards.
I've heard quite some good stories about that one.
Hmm.
I might have to pop with that one.
Yep. But it ain't that trippy how like as much as we play, there's so many games we play. Like we just talked about puzzles, we just talked about action adventure, action RPG, turn based. But for some reason, we collectively just can't get down with Borderlands. And Borderlands has all the. When you look at it piece by piece, you would think that would be the one game, especially somebody like me who's a loot goblin who
Hmm.
hoards loot. Hell, I hoard video games. Like you would think I would love the idea of having an infinite amount of weapons and different mod.
Hmm.
I just could not do it.
It's just like I have a very strange relationship with with Bethesda games.
Mm,
Like Oblivion being remastered is a humongous thing, and I love that whoever has a kinship with that game. I love that they got this. You know what I'm saying? But I have this very weird relationship with Bethesda. I just can't do it. I just
And
can't
that's
do it.
fair.
I just can't. And I know Oblivion's a great game, and I know Skyrim's a great game. I know it, but get me to play it?
Not happening.
Nah, son.
Because Daddy
Nah,
died,
son.
I can't have this audio coming on here. So can you go sit on the living room or on the couch?
Oh man. I'll tell you this. I have been
Can you
picking
turn it
up
down?
my little retro handheld. Because
Ooh.
on the days that I don't drive into work, I just take the bus home. It's like a 25-minute ride. Yo, you're not even gonna believe what I've been playing.
Uh-oh.
Yo, do y'all remember Super Spike Volleyball for the NES?
Yeah.
I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the soccer game. I'm thinking of the
No,
Okay.
Super Spike Volleyball
I'm gonna have to look that up too.
for the NES. Go look that up. Super Spike Volleyball. Does anybody remember this game in the chat? Does anybody remember Super Spike Volleyball?
I don't think I played it.
Super Spike Volleyball. Let's see.
It is quietly a hidden gem on the Nintendo. If you have an emulator, if you have a retro
That
handheld
looks
device,
dope.
anything from Anbernic,
Can I
or the Retro Pocket, go play Super Spike Volleyball.
Can I say that I actually really enjoyed all the sports games from the Famicom, the Neo Geo, the Super Nintendo. Like I enjoyed those sports games so much. I think of soccer, wrestling, football.
Bro.
Like like there was an arcade out in the middle of the desert when I go visit my family on the res. There's not an arcade. It was a truck stop that had a Neo Geo machine, and they had the soccer, the super soccer on there, and then they had the wrestling. And I thought those were in Samurai Showdown. I would spend all my money because it just. I don't know if it's the art style. It's fun.
Yes. It was something about those sports games. Like, I don't know what it is. I think we should probably start. I think we should probably just take a minute and go back and revisit those games and talk about that shit.
Because they're fun.
Because yeah, I played sports games back then.
Be surprised. Like, believe it or not, here's the weird thing, and a somewhat ironic thing about those games. When we were younger, we couldn't wait for those games to just get graphically better, right? So they could be more realistic. And the weird thing is, at least for me, as the games have gotten visually better, I'm less interested in playing them.
Yep.
I see that.
And the funny thing is, I revert back to the old. Like, think about it. I'm just gonna rattle off a few. How many people who are in the chat who are old enough that played Tecmo Bowl?
Yeah, I never played it. Yeah.
Who played Bases Loaded?
I never played Bases Loaded.
Who played Baseball Stars from SNK?
See, I played what was it? Backyard Sports or Backyard Baseball.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
No, but Baseball Stars by SNK for the NES.
Yeah, you gotta
go back and revisit that one. Racket Attack. Just track and field.
Yes. Track and field with the mat. My cousin had the mat for the running. Yeah. Oh, bro. Hey, man.
Yo, listen here. I had the NES Max in track and field solely for the 100-meter dash.
Everybody stomping in there.
Trying to do this with your two fingers. And then at the end, the AI would always catch up at the end and smoke you to the finish line, and you want to break your controller. Bro. Oh my god!
But isn't that trippy that it was so intuitive, and it was a game. They turned a sports game into a game and not a simulator. Like it oh man, and that's why I think a Blitz would kill it right now.
Blitz would be everything right now.
Yeah.
NFL Blitz would be everything right now.
Yes. Oh, Ken Griffey Jr. I remember that. Or
Well,
what was the other one? Home Run Derby.
Blades,
Yeah.
Home Run Derby, Blades of Steel. Because back then, if the game was good, we would play any sports game.
Yes.
You know, shout out to the people who remember Blades of Steel and Double Dribble.
Oh, I remember Double Dribble. Yeah, yeah.
It's some redacted stuff.
NBA Jam would kill right now.
Yes, and it just it's so trippy how we're all, like, on the other end of everything. Like, everything is so hyper realistic, and it's you know, leading to the cost and everything like that, to a point to where games like Balatro, games like Vampire Survivor, games like Blueprints, games like and like, let's trip on Balatro for a second.
Even Expedition 33.
Even being a small team.
It's a sub $50 game.
You see what I'm saying? Even what else released recently that was a big hit? But thinking of Balatro, it's only got one song. Like, I didn't realize that until I seen a meme about it. Balatro has one track.
I don't think I pay attention yet.
But now that I've said it, you're gonna hear it.
Have you completed a run?
Yes.
Yet. Oh, finally! Let's clap it up for him, Jules. He finally did it. Welcome.
I completed a run. I've completed a run. I beat South of Midnight. I'm trying to think, what else have I done? But yes, when I completed that run, I felt like I could do anything. In Balatro we trust.
I felt like I could do anything.
There was like a sincerity in his voice when he said it.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but I know the feeling, because you know how long it took me to complete a run.
I had like meetings with Julian, like, hey bro, like, so I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I used to skip that bull card. I used to skip it.
Yeah.
And when I finally started utilizing it, that's how I won. And I would always make sure to keep my money up.
All right, so let me ask you a question. What is your key to beating a run? I'll just tell you mine real quick. Planets.
Yes. So I started tapping into planets, but where I was messing up was I had multipliers but no chips.
Yeah, that's what I was doing at first.
So I would get to the last two Annies, and then all of a sudden, oh, you need to get 60,000 in one hand. And I'm like, how? How? And but there was a couple of jokers that I came across that I really loved. Like, I had that one that nullified all boss hands, where like it had no abilities. That was a big one where I got lucky. And then I even had one where you sacrifice it and it gets rid of the boss. And like, those really came in clutch, because I always, towards the end, somehow, some way on my runs, I would always end up against the one where you get one hand, or the one where you draw after your first hand, it's all upside down. Like, I always would end up with those two in my final two runs, and it just felt like impossible.
If you can buy card packs that'll keep those high ranking face cards in your hand, that's a big help. And then if you can get a joker that gives you a good multiplier for those same cards, oh man, it's killer. Because that's what I started to learn how to do, because those cards you keep when you buy them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I managed to do it.
What's the most amount of jokers you had at a time? For me, I got up to 7.
I got 6.
What's the default? 5?
5. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like 10. He's like 10.
The jokers I come to realize are not as important, at least in terms of how I play, as much as the planet multipliers are, and the type of cards you have in your deck. You know what I'm saying? That works for me.
You know,
so,
folks, for those who don't know, this game is made by one person.
He's probably driving a Lamborghini now.
And what's really funny is he's y'all playing Balatro but not Magic. Yeah, because Magic the Gathering is expensive. Balatro is life. And I don't need to play against other people when it comes to Balatro. It's me versus the computer. But no, what's so cool about that whole play stack story is, because shout out to Wout, I've met him a bunch of different times. He's cool as heck. People think he's the developer because he's like the face, but nobody really knows who the developer is. And I think that anonymity, I hope I said that right, is super dope.
Anonymity.
Yeah, thank you. Is super dope. And I love how everybody thinks everybody else is the developer, but it's probably like some guy in a corner, like you said, driving a Lambo. like
Well, he's driving one now.
Yeah, it has
he
to
may
be.
not have been before, but he definitely bought one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely drinking alcohol and probably got some cocaine and some bitches right now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He definitely hit the jackpot with Balatro.
Bro, ain't that like literally struck gold.
And I'm just joking, y'all.
But he literally struck gold. And it's
let's make a game.
Yeah. Like right, no, bump that. Look, man, look. Hey, cause you know what's funny? I don't know if any of you guys have played Loop Hero, which is definitely, if you like Balatro, Loop Hero is the non-card version of Balatro. So Loop Hero is, just imagine everything Balatro, except now you're creating a dungeon. So you get different dungeon parts, and your character is just running the loop, and then he's doing battle. So instead of getting your jokers are now different enemies who drop different loot. And it's, if you enjoy Balatro, not the card game, but the structure of Balatro, because that's what it is. Like, you think you're playing poker, but you're not. And you're playing a strategy game. And
you're playing poker in the most basic sense.
Yes. Like
the structure, that's it. That's where it begins and ends.
Yes. So go play loot what's it called? Damn it. What did I just here? Give me a second. I got it.
I have not played. Let me look up Loop Hero. I've heard of it.
Yes. Loop Hero.
I've heard of it.
Go play and I only recommend Loop Hero to people who enjoy Balatro, because when playing it, you'll see like, oh, like it'll click what I'm talking about, because it sounds insane when you look at it, and then you look at Balatro. It sounds see, look, even Tal said it. Like it's easy to start. Like at its core, it sounds very, very, very simple. But it builds upon itself just like Balatro does. So if you enjoy Balatro, Loop Hero is definitely worth checking out. A million times.
You know what I'd like to see more of, man, and call me a weirdo? I'd like to see more video pinball games.
Shout out to Pinball VR, Pinball Zen, because they actually
see more of those.
They actually added. They just did the whole VR launch 1.0 the last couple months. Hold on, baby. I just covered the news about that, and what was dope was they have the classic pinball machines in the game, and like you got remember the Indiana Jones with the boulder, and he'll walk up like you're in a VR room with pinball, and then they have the Jurassic Park, because my favorite ones growing up were Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, and then
Star Wars,
the Star Wars one, but there was a new one that just came out. They did a D&D. A legitimate Dungeons and Dragons one, where you pick a character and they level up as you're playing, and you get into. I'm not a pinball nerd, but I enjoy a good pinball game.
I am not a nerd, but I
screenshot
a good pinball game. There's not enough of them. I enjoy the physical, and I definitely enjoy the video version. I mark my words. There's gonna be a pinball game that comes out, and it's gonna be a game that you're candidate. I'm fucking saying it now. You watch.
Hey,
watch.
No, serious. Let me see. Oh, somebody brought up Darkest Dungeon. I haven't played that one, but I know that a lot of people love Darkest Dungeon. But yeah, dude, like it's pinball is such an iconic. Like, I wish I had my wallet on me, because there's this barcade next to my job that whenever I get extra time off, I always shoot over there, and they got a bunch of pinball machines. And
there's a barcade not too far from me as well.
It's dope. Like, I don't know what it is. And then now they have this system where they incorporated where to track your progress. So you can now like keep your rank. You can follow your stats and whatnot. Like they've definitely made it a social experience now with pinball.
Stern Pinball even has it where they somehow, I was talking to them at CES, not this year, but
those
previous year, where they have multiplayer.
Yes.
On actual pinball machines.
Yes. and like you swap, like, so after you lose, now it'll be player two's turn, and then they come in, like, bro, it's so dope. Who would have thought we'd be talking about pinball? I didn't know we like.
but that's the point of this.
Yeah, pinball is so dope.
Pinball is the shit. You know, there's not enough of it. We don't talk about it enough. We need to talk about it a little bit more.
Because y'all remember when your internet was down and the only game you had was that pinball game. Yeah.
Look, all the little thing with the little where you
the
snowboarding down the hill.
Oh, ski. Yeah. I used to play the hell out of ski. SKII. I used to play with the Yeti that would come out and try to take you out.
Oh,
bro,
I remember that shit.
Ski was my game.
I remember that shit.
You remember remember the surfing one? There was a surf one that was yes, bro.
Yeah. And the thing is with ski right now, so this is like a little Easter egg. If your internet is out and you open up Edge, you can play it.
I'm on it.
I'm about to kill my internet just to play.
Yo, I'm sure there's another way to get it to open, but that's normally. I saw it one time. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm telling you, man, bring back the sports games, man. Bring back SSX. Bring back Bulls versus Blazers in the NBA playoffs. NBA Street. Even though there is a new type of basketball game that the developers are making.
Yes.
That the original developers of NBA Street have made, but I don't know when the release date of it is, and I don't even remember the name.
Me neither, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, do you remember seeing the trailer last year for that game? That's what we need, man. Yeah, go play Bulls versus Blazers in the NBA playoffs, y'all.
He said ski. I'm still stuck on that.
I showed. I definitely can't talk about it, but there's Baron knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
that one game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you once we get off the.
Hey, you know it. The world we live in, man. The world we live in. But no, hey, folks, we're getting down to the final minutes, and my daughter is starting to lose it.
Hold on one second. Before we go, because I got to get out of here myself. Yes. I didn't get into the games recap because there aren't really very many good free games. However, the GOG store. In light of Star Wars, May 4th, okay? There's a shitload of games right now, Star Wars related, on the GOG.com store. Some of them are like $2, 79 cents. Doom, Julian's favorite game from 2016, is $4 right now. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, whoever played that game on any Super Nintendo, okay? Crazy game.
That game was
Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. You can buy them both for $5 right now,
and they're definitely worth playing.
They're definitely worth playing. Does anybody remember Star Wars X-Wing? Go play that.
Oh wow!
Rebel Assault 1 and 2. Go play that.
What was
Force
the other
Unleashed.
one? What was the other one? Shadows of the Empire? Is that on there?
Yes, Shadows of the Empire. Rogue. Who played Rogue Squadron? I definitely did.
I didn't. I did not. That's the new one. Right? That's the new one, right?
Yes. If you played did anybody play Force Unleashed?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Star Killer.
Okay. Dude, $5 right now. So if you are a Star Wars fan, go to GOG.com. Go buy some shit. $20 will buy you like 5 or 6 games right now.
And guess what? In this economy, you need it.
Put it in your backlog. If not anything else, at least know you have it. Get your game on. I gotta go, y'all. Much love. Shout out to the Barbarians. This is Geek Life Mike, GSG gang. And I'll catch y'all in a week and a half. Jules, Baron, peace.
Peace. Guys, we're about to get out of here. Julian, let them know where they can find you.
Okay, what's going on? Yeah, so Julian, you can find me at True Nerd on YouTube, TrueNerd.com. What am I on Blue Sky? King Julian H on Blue Sky. I thought about changing it.
We gotta unify. We gotta unify your names, man.
I mean, people start calling me King Julian, so now I gotta keep it.
Now you're King Julian.
But true Nerd is like the brand. King Julian
is the person, is the man.
Yeah.
So you got the brand and the man. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, definitely check out True Nerd. I'm working on some finally kind of putting some merch out there. I got some things I'm gonna put up soon.
I'm not jealous.
Um I got you. I got you.
Okay.
And yeah, uploading a couple of conversations up on the YouTube, and then next week I'll be out at PAX, so look out for some content from that.
I'm not jealous. So yeah, level one's not gonna be at PAX East this year, and this would be the one PAX East I feel like I'm gonna regret missing. I got a feeling. You know what? I got a feeling we're gonna come back in 2 weeks because we'll be back after Mother's Day because Mother's Day is next weekend. We'll be back the 18th. So pencil that in, guys. We will be back May 18th. And I got a feeling it's going to be the greatest stories ever, and I'm going to regret everything. But yes, life happens. LV1 Gaming, thank you guys so much. Like, share, and Tao, if I could ever boot back up Monster Hunter, I definitely will create a squad, and I apologize. I got to like Hunter rank 60 something and stopped playing because there's just so many other games. And then of course I'm playing Oblivion because I am a deep seated nerd. And Towerborn is great. We didn't talk about it, but folks, go play Towerborn. If you like beat 'em ups, go play Towerborn. If you like RPG-esque experiences where you get to rank up your gear and farm for resources and different fighting stuff. Honestly, in a day and age where we're seeing beat 'em ups and side scrollers really taking off, Towerborn is definitely a gem. Towerborn fits in today's world. Now, the way they're pushing it and marketing it, it's kind of weird. I feel like there's not. Maybe it's just because there's so many other things. Like Towerborn dropped within the same week of Expedition 33 and Oblivion. Like, so it's just there, and it's early access. Go play it though, please, please, please. If you like side scrollers, you need to go play Towerborn. Beat 'em ups, side. It's fun. It is. It's truly like I'm a level 20s Shadow Striker. Like I'm already level 20 in it. Like, bro, go play Towerborn. It's a fun, mindless game. You can pick it up, put it down. Yes, baby. Okay, I gotta go. Much love, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Let me see. Hit the end button. Boop.